Okay, start the 30-second countdown right now.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Buddy, let's get it. Yeah, buddy.
Yes. What's going on, world? This is your man, Buddy Ramming, and we are back at it, y'all, with another episode of the Yeah Buddy podcast. And you know how we do every episode. I always try to bring some of my friends in the entertainment business. We sit down, chop it up, see what we got going on. And this episode is like no other. So if you are a returning guest to the show, hey, thank y'all for tuning back in. And if this is your first time tuning in, we'll sit back, buckle up, because we got a great episode for you today. This episode, we got my friend. We met back at a film festival a couple of months ago and stuff like that. Got to chop it up, see she had some really cool things going on. She's coming all the way out here from Oakland, California, the Bay Area. She's an actress. She's a music artist. She's a self-proclaimed diva. She's got her own thing going on, an entrepreneur. Ladies and gentlemen, I want y'all to make it loud for my good friend, Miss Keldamuzik, up in the building.
Hello. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah. We got Miss Keldamuzik in the building. Thank you for sliding through. Yes, we finally made it happen and stuff like that. Yeah,
of course.
And I'm excited because it did take us a little while to like make this whole thing come together.
Yeah.
But I'm glad it kind of work out the way it did because like when you hit me up about show, you had a lot of good things, a lot of things in the pipeline that was coming up and stuff like that. But now I feel like it's all kind of like out there now. You know what I mean? And So I'm glad to see like we can not necessarily catch up, but see that all the things that you was talking about you had going on, see how they came to fruition, and see all the great things you got coming on.
All right, yes.
Most important thing, biggest thing that you got going on is you a sitcom.
Yes.
The sitcom.
Yes. Yep. So it's called The Hodges, starring hilarious, funny comedian Mario Hodge. The show is actually based on his life as a comedian, just showing all the, challenges he goes through from dealing with his family, his wife, that's who I play. And then we have our two children. And then, outside of that, he's traveling, trying to, make a name for himself as a comedian. And we actually started filming this during the pandemic. Shout out to Buford Brown, A. Brown Films. He's the one who cast me to be Mario's wife in the sitcom. But yeah, we started filming during the pandemic, and it was really hard because actually we were coming out of the pandemic. So Mario and I were both getting busy again with our own separate projects. And so it was really, the schedule was like up and down, you know what I mean? Like we really didn't know how to schedule everything. But we finally, brought everyone together and pretty much spent like a whole 6 months just back to back every weekend, just filming. And now it's available on Amazon Prime, and it's coming to Tubi pretty soon as well. The production company and Mario himself just announced that it will actually be available on Tubi by next week.
Awesome, dope. That's exciting. When you think about like Bay Area, the comedy scene and stuff like that, there's or just like even like with TV, like we have these sitcoms like Hang with Mr. Cooper and stuff like that. Now we kind of have the Hodges. Kind of talk about what did you feel any type of pressure going into that? Kind of know there is if people don't know, there is this big a history and lineage of entertainment and just movies and TV and cinema that happens in the Bay Area. It's just because it's so like cultured and like kind of like off to itself. People wouldn't really give it that recognition.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Hanging with Mr. Cooper, that was the last time we've ever seen, a Black sitcom being filmed out here, and catering to the city of Oakland or just the Bay Area. You've had other sitcoms like Full House, you know what I mean? But they gave recognition for filming in San Francisco, but not really covering the entire Bay Area. And that's what the Hodges is. Not only are we representing the town, but we're representing the entire Bay Area. And that's why going forward, we want to continue to cast people throughout the Bay Area who are in comedy, even here in Sacramento, such as yourself, to be in the next season, because we want this to be huge. We want this to be the first black sitcom ever in the Bay Area that just really spreads to other regions. And with everything being digital now, which is awesome, people could see it worldwide. You know what I mean? So that's even better. But I think like with the difference between like Mario Hodge and Mark Curry. I think Mario's. I would say like his comedy is a little bit more broader. He reaches out to a lot of different, listeners and viewers that like him. He's, I've seen the guy so many times do stand up, and just every time he touches someone, doesn't matter what ethnicity they are, what race, nationality, where they're from, or whatever, they're just like, that guy is funny. You know what I mean? And so, and obviously, he's young. So, with him and I like working together, the collaboration was awesome. Like we all just couldn't stop laughing on set. The guy is just funny. And what's cool is Buford, the producer, even though he wrote scripts, he was just like, if you have to freestyle it, do it, because that's more better. It's more, authentic. And, Mario being a comedian, that's what he does best. It's just, you know what I mean? Just saying whatever than, going by a script. But, we have the outline, the template to go by. But yeah, overall, it's a great experience. And yeah, there's a little bit of pressure, you know what I mean? But I think we're starting something new.
Yeah. And there's always pressure when you start something new, but that's what pressure make diamonds. One thing I wanted to talk about, ask you was, because you said with Mario being a stand-up comedian, he, improv, go whoop, 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 whoop. With you being an actress, are you more of like the I stick to the lines, I know my lines, and then like, if so, what was that dynamic like, being someone as an actress who's structured and then acting with somebody who will be freewheeling and freeballing it?
Right. So the industry has changed because of reality TV, right? So like producers, directors, writers, sometimes, they just give you the template, right? But as long as you know what you're doing and you're getting the point across as far as what this particular scene is about, then you're fine. You know what I mean? Without doing too much. But normally, yeah, I read, the script verbatim, right? Just because, depending on what project we're doing, hey, we need to make sure that it's said this way because the next scene is going to happen this way because of what you said in the scene previously, right? So I remember I did a play. It was called How Black Mothers Say I Love You. Shout out to Tanika Baptiste for casting me in that. That was my first play, and I did that 2 years ago. And I remember she was like, when it comes to theater, you do have to do this verbatim because that's going to dictate what the next actor is going to say. And that's their cue when they hear you say these last words. If you don't say those last words and you end up saying something else, but you still get the point across, it's still going to throw the other actor off, right? So, whereas like TV and film, yeah, you could kind of improvise a little bit because they can, edit it in post. They could subtract or add some things or effects or just take you out, as a whole.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me, I like to, read it word for word. But if there is any point where I'm being thrown off or I'm struggling a little bit, I know how to improvise and pick it back up.
Okay, dope. So I am gonna show a little scene right here that we do have from the Hodges right here. We'll play it real quick. There you can dive into go into deeper into the family aspect of more about what the sitcom is really about. So we'll play that right now.
You got some nerve asking me where your breakfast is when you were supposed to make Michaela breakfast this morning, knowing I had a conference call. So you can miss me with that.
Wow. I was at the club all night taking selfies with my friends till 2 o'clock in the morning. How I know you had a conference call? I don't even know what you do, Nicole.
She pays the bills, Daddy.
And that's it right there, y'all. That is little sneak peek to the Hodges.
Little
Sneak peek to the
sneak
Hodges.
peek.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say you pay the bills, Daddy. So tell us a little bit more about the dynamic with the relationship between you, Mario, and so you have a son and a daughter.
Yep. So our children, they're very smart. The son, he's into crypto. The daughter is just very well educated, too smart for her own good. And my role as Nicole, his wife, it's kind of secretive as far as what I do for a living. No one knows what I do, but I end up paying all the bills. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he's a struggling comedian, always has to use, buddy passes to, fly into a hole in the wall venue to do comedy and not come back with anything. And I'm like bailing him out of his situations all the time. But there is a mystique about me. No one knows what my occupation is, but I'm always locked in the room and working all day, every day, and being the provider of the entire family.
Now, you as the actress doing your backstory stuff like that, do you secretly know what your job is?
Actually, no, we never even discussed that.
I was wondering, yeah.
We never discussed that. No. Wait. Okay, so we did tie in a little bit of my talk show, Diva Talk Tonight, which is in real life. So, because unfortunately I wasn't at the last taping of the Hodges, but I think they kind of replaced that. They replaced me with the talk show to find out actually what I'm doing. So kind of, like a content creator.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dope. That's what's up. And then you've been making other moves too, not just with the sitcom. You've been making waves in the film festival circuit.
Yeah.
This year, moving heavy and stuff like that. As a matter of fact, because it was the Sacktown movie buff. That's where I said where he had got.
That's where we connected
for the first time.
Yeah.
So what outside of just doing the interviews for this Sacktown movie buff?
Yeah.
What else did you have going on with the film festival?
Yeah. First of all, I want to say shout out to Kier Stowe and Bunny Stewart. They brought me on board to co-host with Bunny to interview all the filmmakers and actors and people who work behind the scenes. But also in the film festival, we premiered my music video called Mind Sex featuring Kafani. That premiered on the second day of the film festival. The first day of the film festival, they screened a trailer of my talk show, Diva Talk Tonight, which is on Tubi. So, Kier or, Sacktown Movie Buffs, they added both of my projects in the lineup for 2 days.
Dope. Yeah, shout out to Kier, man. Kier is definitely a friend of the Yeah Buddy podcast, and I'm definitely going to get back up here, if not next year for the film festival, sometime soon. Yeah, Kier definitely do this thing and stuff like that. So, did the Diva Talk Tonight, you said that won an award?
That won an award for Best Web Series Trailer. Yeah.
Okay. Dope. And what is Diva Talk? So, and where people could they want to check it out at?
Yeah. So Diva Talk, it's Diva Talk Tonight, TONITE, and you could stream that on Tubi. It's also on True TV Plus, CPix, and Zonify, and we're just gonna keep this, spreading it on different media platforms, and continue to create awareness about the show.
I want to talk to you about that, with the whole process of getting it onto these streaming platforms. But we'll save that for later the shows. I think that kind of ties in the whole marketing and where we're at with today's age and stuff like that. But we'll keep with the focus on film festivals, because you just recently did it was a 2-for-1, I guess you want to say.
Yeah. So it took July 26th, which was a Saturday. There was the Clout Film Festival that screened the trailer of Diva Talk, and I won an award for that. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make it. I was at another film festival called Indie Film LA, and I had another short film that I starred in called When Realty Goes Wrong, and they honored me an award as well. So my team and I, we shot down there, did the whole red carpet thing, and I got a chance to talk about the film and how I came up with the idea. It actually wasn't my idea. Shout out to Dana Dwan and Tasia and a couple of others that worked behind the scenes. They produced it. It was actually part of the San Francisco 48-hour film festival. And, once that was completed, we just all started, submitting it to different festivals. And I submitted it to Indie Film LA, and they selected it, and we went down there and had a really good time.
Nice. And what is realty gone wrong?
Yeah.
What is that about?
Yeah. So I'm a realtor. So the theme was realty.
In real life?
No.
My bad. Okay.
On the I ain't got
I was
nothing.
gonna say, the hustle's real. You know.
What I was about to say, my skills don't stretch that long.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to sell a house. I can't do that.
Yeah, especially in this market.
Exactly.
It ain't happening.
So yeah, when realty goes wrong, the theme was realty. So however you wanted to create the story surrounded by realty, that's what it was. But I was a realtor trying to sell a house, but at the same time, I was a struggling filmmaker, and all my crew that were there helping me fix up the place to start showing to potential buyers, they were actually my cast members for the little horror film that I was trying to film in there, right? So we're doing things, simultaneously, trying to sell a property and at the same time trying to film a short horror film. Just to find out, one of the cast members is actually a real murderer and started murdering the castmates / crew in the home, and then murdered myself and my assistant. So when realty goes wrong.
Okay, all right, for sure. I'm gonna check for that. I'm gonna check for that.
Yeah.
Festival circuits and stuff like that.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, like I say, you be on your entrepreneur, your little hustler grind and stuff like that. You have let me get the camera straight. You know what I'm saying? So we focus on the baba. It's Tams Berets.
Yes, Tams Berets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I came up with Tams during the pandemic, and that was during the time where we were, trying to figure out ways to not only keep the income coming in, but to stay relevant, keep our fans happy, leave people with something. And I figured, hey, no one has branded a beret in pop culture, Black culture, or even within hip hop. So I said, you know what? Let's come out with a beret, put a little spin on it. Let's make them colorful. Have several different colors. Right now I have 10 different colors, and you could purchase them on my website, weartams.com. That's weartamz.com. And because of this, I've been partnering with hair loss organizations. I've also been producing and hosting fashion shows and bringing on my customers to walk for me, and not just the traditional model that has to meet a criteria in order to walk the runway.
Nice. And so is the fashion show, is that something that's already happened? Is that
It's been happening.
Oh, you do something you do on the regular?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. So the next one we're doing is August 9th at Lux in Oakland. Shout out to EMP. He's been helping me put these shows together lately. I was working with a few other organizations as well. The door's open when it comes to Tams. Working with whoever or whichever organization wants to come bring on a mini fashion show showcasing berets.
It seems like a lot of stuff happened for you, like towards the end of quarantine, around that quarantine area, which I feel like happened for a lot of entrepreneur-minded artists. Entrepreneur-minded artists, people that don't mind just sitting down in a room by themselves and just being caught up in their thoughts. You know what I mean?
Big time.
So, like, what do you feel the pandemic did for you, like, as far as like that mindset and being able to just kind of like reset and just see everything for how it is, and be like, oh, here's how I gotta pursue this shit. Going forward.
So, geez, I don't even want to go way back because officially, professionally, I started in the game in 2005. Doing music only. But what I realized just from that point, no one was into filming reality before reality shows came about. And so my business partner and I, we bought a camcorder, had those small little tapes, and we created Diva TV, the reality show where I used to interview other hip hop artists, go backstage. I use this reality show as a promotional vehicle for my brand to get in the room with other people that are like me, but that are on a higher level. So fast forward, that's what made me become more creative. And I created Diva Talk, the actual TV show. And then I started being more creative, my own company, Diggs Media Group, started working with other major acts, helping them with booking shows and PR, promotions, and management. And then fast forward the Berets, fast forward filmmaking and writing and producing and starring in other people's projects. And so I like to call myself a multi-hyphenate artist, because we just dabble in everything, but we're good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great example, who's out right now, who's just killing the game, Keke Palmer, music artist, actress, model, whatever. Like she tops it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of like how I see myself. Or, you know, I hate to say the name, but you know, Diddy, he was a hyphenated artist at the time.
Yeah.
You know, just doing everything. You know, Bad Boy did everything.
Yeah.
You know. But now Keldamuzik's doing everything.
And so, with that entrepreneurial mindset and stuff like that, like you said, like we was talking about this before the podcast, like anybody that's been trying to like pursue this, like operating in this entertainment business in some capacity, anytime before like 2012-ish, like that 2012, 2015, that's where like I feel like that a shift really occurred as far as like YouTube really becoming something, you know what I'm saying? And all these type of things.
Yeah.
So how is it with you as a music artist, and even just like I said, just entertainer in general as a whole, with seeing the change for like being very social media heavy and having to really put yourself out there, how have you adapted to those changes? Is it something that's easy for you? Was easy for you, hard, or you just kind of I'm going with the flow of it?
I mastered it.
Yeah.
Just like I've always been heavy into technology since I was 11 years old. I could type 120 words per minute. So I've always been addicted to the computer. I've always been addicted to being an entrepreneur, just like handling business and, you know, finding out the secretive ways to put yourself out there. And so when technology came about, at first I was kind of just like, yeah, okay, like MySpace, right? Like, okay, this is cool. Like, I had like 20,000 fans on MySpace, you know, but nothing really came out of that except for just people listening to your music and you're not, you know, receiving any money for it. You know what I mean? It's just literally for promotion. But now that you know, social media has evolved with YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Snapchat. You have Flip now. That's another one. Now that has evolved, it's actually easier to allow people to be in your network and for others to see what you're doing. Because I'm thinking now, like, damn, how as a brand, as a music artist, actress, how did we get ourselves out there?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Back then it was all about street promotion, right? So social media has replaced that, and now it's about social media promotion.
Yeah.
Some people still do a little street promotion, putting flyers, you know, on cars, whatever. But what I learned back then is, you know, when you're handing out flyers in the club or when people are leaving the club, don't nobody want to hang on to something, you know, that they got to be responsible for. You know what I mean? Like,
you'll be picking right back up afterwards.
Exactly. And it's like, okay, there goes a waste of $300. You know what I'm saying? So now that everything's digital, it makes it easier. Like when I attend any events now, you have a barcode, hey, boom, you know, scan it, barcode pops up on my social media, add me wherever you want. You know what I mean? Or a lot of people I run into, are you on IG? Because, you know, they don't have a limit when it comes to how many friends you have. So we connect right away on IG. You know what I mean? So it's different than handing someone a business card or a flyer where they could easily lose it and not care. You know what I mean? So social media, with the way it's evolved, I've definitely mastered it. I do have a team that does help me with my social media marketing, but I'm the one who dictates, you know, what they post, when they post, and all that other good stuff.
But you need that though, because it is kind of like I said, if social media kind of replace the middleman, like you know, like back in the day, you would need like a publicist and all this type of stuff just to kind of get that exposure. You kind of maybe like if you're trying to get like the big headlines, but if you're just trying to get an audience or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You don't. Social media eliminated that middleman. To where now but just because that middleman has been eliminated, it doesn't mean that those responsibilities of that middleman has gone away.
Right.
Which is why, like I
right.
said, what you say, you have a team. Like I have somebody here making sure going on, because like as the regular day-to-day artist or whatever, you know, we may be, I don't know if it's just a self-consciousness with the art that we put out, or just not thinking that social media is as important as we think. Because like I said, we've been in it for so long.
Yeah,
we have that old state of mind or whatever. But having like that team out there to push it, make sure that you know, I may not have to do it, but like I said, Keldamuzik, like when you say Keldamuzik is a brand or its own entity, it's something outside of just the person. That's what people mean when they talk about it, like having a team, have somebody behind you, to make sure shit's working.
And you need that, you know. And now we have AI, right? And so some people are starting to rely on AI because there's so many AI music tools, you know, now for marketing, PR, or even for recording. You know, you still cannot rely on that when it comes to the entertainment industry. You know, don't get things misconstrued. It is about being authentic. It's about delivering quality art, right? Something that you're passionate about, and not just something that you know, designed through a program and boom, you know what I mean? Like, buy into it now. No. So, social media, it's very powerful, and so is AI, but you still have to learn the fundamentals of it. It really matters on who's operating and who's working the system for you. Because if you allow the system to work for you, it's not really going to appeal to people.
Yeah, thank you for that tidbit. Thank y'all for that tidbit. So, if people want to get a hold of you, find out more information about you and stuff like that, where could they follow you at?
Yeah, visit me on my website, keldamuzik.com. That's KELDAMUZIK.com. I like to tell people, because everyone misspells my name. Keldamuzik is one word, lowercase m, U-Z-I-K. But yeah, Google me, go to my website. You can purchase your Tams on my website. You could check out all my latest, you know, from music videos, TV, sitcoms, shows, fashion, blogs, everything that you want to know, my latest films, everything, what I'm up to. And that's it.
How did you come up with the name Keldamuzik?
So my original name is Kelda, and I always told myself that I love all genres of music. You know, I could listen to anything. I figure like through hip hop is my best way of expressing myself, but I still never want to limit myself either. You know, hip hop may be a primary genre, but I want to incorporate other genres within hip hop. I mean, pretty much like what Kanye West was doing when he first started. You know what I mean? Like, he listened to various artists from different genres and created his own type of hip hop, you know? So that's why I call myself Keldamuzik. I don't limit myself to any genre of music. I'm a woman, a female, an artist of all music.
So go copper music. What's some of the so what is some of the type of musical styles, I guess you would say, if you a variety, listen to a variety? Is it more of a that you lean to, or you say, oh, maybe I'll do a little bit more R&B type of stuff right here, or maybe more hardcore rap right here, or even like you got a little rock and roll in your bag?
I mean, so I right now I've incorporated a little bit of EDM dance, and eventually, I want to, you know, add a little alternative, you know, get some hard guitars in there, and just really set myself apart from other artists and have my own sound, which I do. But, you know, when working in other genres of music and still trying to keep it hip hop, you need to make sure it's still your sound, because you don't want to lose your fan base. So yeah.
No, see, I love the little tidbit, the little, you know, things right here, dropping little jewels and gems right here to wrap up the thing and stuff like that. So anybody who, if you watched it all the way through and stuff like that, you just basically got a crash course in what it takes to actually like make it, and that whole entrepreneurial hustler mindset and stuff like that that you need to make it. Like I said, there's something about the Bay Area, it's up here in Northern California, where you kind of just, we encompass it on all sorts of levels. If
That's
they talk
right.
about like movies and stuff like that. So
That's
thank
right.
you. Yeah. So thank you again for driving up here. You know what I'm saying? I hope you had a good time on the
course,
Buddy
buddy.
podcast. You dig what I'm saying?
Yes.
So one more time, put your camera up right here so you can tell the people where they could follow you at.
Yes, you guys visit my website, keldamuzik.com. You'll find all my socials on my website, and I look forward to connecting with you, darling. It's Diva.
Yes. And you know me, is your man Buddy Ramick. You can follow me at YeahBuddyENT on all my social media handles. If you want to check out more of the Yeah Buddy podcast or the Funny Business podcast or all my stand-up comedy shows that I record up at the Uli Theater, you can go to www.yeahbuddyent.com, y'all. And like I said, this has been Buddy. Miss Keldamuzik in the building, y'all. We are signing off one time. Y'all deuces.